All right, what do you guys want to do?
Start the fucking show.
It is episode 33 of the Six Nuts podcast. Welcome, everybody. I am your host, Dave, and I'm joined, as always, by Jordan Angus to my right and Paul Bourgon down below.
On the bottom.
There he is. Episode 33. Welcome, gentlemen.
How are you doing?
Woo!
I'm doing great, man. We got a ton of stuff to go through on this show. I got lots of things planned. Some you're going to like, some you're not going to like. We got to recap the Battle of Ontario. We got to talk about an upcoming show we got coming on. We got to talk about Paul's trip to Newfoundland.
Oh.
But first of all, what do we always start the show with? We start a show with...
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. Hold my beer, a segment that has been ripped off by Jim Carrey. Or is it Jim Carrey? Who ripped off?
No. it was Ryan Reynolds is doing it with Rob McElhenney.
Ryan Reynolds, you uncreative bastard. Why don't you
imagine you just so happened to have seen this like our show and he's like, I like that. They're nobodies. I can just take it from them. And then you know what I mean? Like it'd be funny. I always wonder that.
That's okay, man. I have got my legal team is on the case.
Trying to
get in touch
to know who actually started Hold My Beer though, because I'm sure like as much as we use it and it opens and it's my favorite segment, who actually started it?
I think it was us.
You think so?
The idea, I mean, I'm sure lots of podcasts do like what are they called? It's a segment, but it's called like obscure things like that on their podcast, right? You guys are gonna have to excuse me. Like I was saying to Dave before, I lost my voice on the weekend. Never in my life have I experienced like going and be like I couldn't produce sound, so I'm still getting over it. But yeah, like the obscure things, you know, like whether you eat a bag of chips or you eat some food from England or food from Canada and compare it. You know what I mean? Like we're not the only ones that do that, but
no,
I've never seen Hold My Beer anywhere else.
Me neither, man. I know we got, like I said, our legal team's on it, trying to get in touch with Ryan Reynolds. So without further ado, man, let's get started. Paul, we're going to save you for last because you got a big surprise going on, apparently, with a beer from Newfoundland. So I will start. This is quite funny. It's a beer called Grasshopper. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's brewed by Big Rock Brewery, which is out in Calgary. And yet, there's a story with this because I got a beer fridge in the basement, so it's a regular full size beer fridge, and we got a smaller kind of like a bar fridge upstairs on the main level. And I was up there and I found a beer. It was way in the back, so I pulled it out and it was this one.
Oh, cool.
And it says enjoy by February 15th, 2020.
Okay.
So we had got this on a trip to Calgary, like in 2019 or something. So
Jeez.
I'm gonna drink this, and we'll see.
And then be violently ill after.
Yep.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Chunky.
It's actually really good. It's actually really good, man. Maybe it's aged well. So
I always wonder about that. Like, you know, like wine, they think that's aged is better, you know, like the 56 Latour kind of thing, like all that shit. But like, you know, they just sold like 8 bottles of wine that they got from the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, the Titanic. They like salvaged them and brought them up still in the box. They sold
really?
$2 million for like 8 bottles.
Oh my God, that's friggin' amazing.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is a bottle of wine survived the depths.
Absolutely.
But that Titan
eight bottles in a case.
8 bottles, but 5 billionaires imploded.
Yeah.
They should have made the Titanic out of glass.
So. I saw I remember in high school I went to go see Titanica in IMAX. And you guys been to IMAX?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
It's cool. And we watched this. I always remembered they're talking about being in the submersible, being in the submarines. And like at the bottom of the ocean, the pressure is so strong that if you just took a pinprick and put a hole in the submarine, okay, the water pressure that would come in, I mean, you'd die immediately. But if like they just so happen to be able to keep that water pressure going, it'd be strong enough to cut an elephant in half.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I always remember that.
Wild shit,
I mean,
man.
I might have made it up, but I do remember it.
Sounded convincing to me.
Yeah, it's true. No, I remember it. It's true.
That sounds totally made up to me.
Those guys that went down there died. Apparently, they died like they didn't even have enough time to say what the F, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I will give this a 7.928. It's fucking good beer. So that's Big Rock Grasshopper. Jordan, over to you. What is your beverage of choice for this episode?
Yeah, normally I bring a new beer. I didn't bring a beer this time. I brought a hard lemonade, strawberry hard lemonade. It's by Cottage Spring Beverage Company.
Okay. Hard lemonade. Sometimes those are good. Sometimes,
yeah, absolutely.
You know,
it's not too bad. Not too bad.
Like what, Dave? What were we drinking at Coconut Smash or something like that?
Best drink I ever had, man.
So good.
Literally the best drink I've ever had.
Oh, by the way, I drank the rest of your other drink. By the way, you left there.
You did? I was looking for it, and I got pissed off at the waitress. I thought she ran away with it.
Yeah.
The big fucking margarita and then like a punch bowl or whatever it was. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So, Jordan, you got to give this a rating, man.
I'm going to give it a 6.999.
6.999. It's interesting pick of numbers there, Jordan.
Thank you.
You must be horny. You must be a horny guy.
Always.
Yeah, hopefully your girlfriend is close by. All right, let's it's a no. All right, Paul.
So
we are now waiting for your beverage of choice.
A town or a village or I wouldn't say city, but there's a place in Newfoundland called DILDO.
Yeah. Nice.
Everybody knows it's called DILDO.
Yeah.
Okay. And I went into the liquor store down there in St. John's where I was, and they've got 10 huge fridges of all like micro breweries. You know what I mean? Not just Canadian. Anyway, so I got DILDO, Uncle John's light lager. Can you guys read that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. DILDO beer. I bought 2 of them, and I'm like, I'm not going to drink these. I'm going to bring them home and put them in. So I put them in my shoe, thinking that I put them in my dress shoes, thinking that I wonder if they're going to explode in the plane from the pressure.
Ooh, yes.
Okay? So I can't wait to just have this dildo in my mouth.
Yeah, suck back that dildo.
Oh my God, there's so much you could do with that.
Yeah. Nope, he doesn't like the taste of dildo.
Nope.
It's all right.
It's all right. Out of 10? How do you rate that dildo out of 10?
It's one of the best dildos I've ever tasted.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It's such a not a cliche, but it's such a tacky, hacky joke that dildo Newfoundland. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
The jokes have been made all over the years, but they had like 5 or 6 different kinds, like dildo amber, dildo light. Hell, what's dildo light? It's like when you go to the grocery store because you have a headache. Like, who the fuck buys regular strength Tylenol?
What a waste.
But does anybody get regular strength Advil? No. No. If you have a headache, you want it to go away. I give it a 7.5.
7.5. That is one fine dildo. A new beer from, you know what, out of this freaking province, man. That's right. Outstanding.
Yeah.
Did you bring me a dildo?
There's another dildo in the fridge. Yeah.
Sick.
Good.
Yeah.
Keep it on ice and share your damn dildos. And that brings to an end this episode of
That was a great segment, guys.
Beer. All right, now that we got the formalities out of the way, Jordan, I'm going to throw it to you in a second to recap the Battle of Ontario that took place in lovely Cornwall, Ontario. But before we do that, I want to ridicule and mock the shit out of you, Jordan, because for the first time in 33 episodes, Paul Bourgon and I were waiting for you in the green room.
So that's how that feels.
We almost had to call you.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Never happened.
How late was I?
You're about 8 minutes late, man, but who's counting?
I was 6.
Well, that's 8 minutes in Stittsville, so
Fair.
time moves a little quicker here. But Jordan, there will be a fine levied, and expect the invoice in the mail.
There should be fines. We should fine each other for things like, you know what I mean? you didn't rate the beer properly. You get demerits.
Demerits. Oh yeah, we'll work on that. So Jordan, Battle of Ontario took place last Saturday night in Cornwall at the was it Army Navy Club or the
Yep. Before we even get to that, do you want to talk about we had a show the night before as well? We were rocking last weekend.
Absolutely.
Had 4 shows that week.
Yeah, we had.
Yeah.
Who wants to recap that?
Paul, okay, well we had. Yeah, well, Dave, talk about 6 Nuts first, man. Like,
all right. On Friday night, November 1st, we were at the Barley Mo on Richmond Road. We had a 6 Nuts live podcast. It was great. The room was packed, sold out. 25, 30 people in that small crowded room. Great crowd. We had, of course, the 3 of us. We had Lisa Minion, who did a comedy bit, and we had a special guest. Pete Toms dropped in and did a set as well. Overall, great night. We all did our sets. We did bits that bite at the end. I think we each won a round. And yeah, overall, great night, great feedback. It's an awesome venue, and I think everybody had a great time. So fantastic night.
Yeah, they did. We were panicking about ticket sales. It's such a par for the course when it comes to ticket sales. Especially when you're trying to get your friends out. It's like, hey, here's the link. Like, you tell them about it, and they say they'll go, and then you send them the link right after. That's the next text message you send. And you tell them to buy tickets, and they're like, yeah, for sure, man, totally. And so in your mind, you're thinking, okay, there are 3 or 4 tickets sold.
Yeah.
It's always the day of, like the morning or afternoon of the show where like your ticket sales go up. It's like for the comedians, for the 3 of us or whoever else is doing shows, all week you're like, fuck, no one's going to this thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. We all felt the same way.
Well, the only stress with that room is the room's in the basement. So if Barley Mo's going to host this thing, they dedicate like a server or 2 to that room specifically. And if you show up and you got 3 people, like, they got to pay this person no matter what, right? So they're like pissed off at you because they're bringing in people they don't need. And so anyway, in that case, I was hoping for a full room, and we got it, man. We all pulled out, and some great ticket sales. And yeah, it was a great night.
Want to say how happy I was that I bombed my first bits that bites. I was so ecstatic. I don't want to say I went out of my way to make the joke suck, but I definitely went out of my way to make the joke suck. And I'm so glad it was dead silence. It's the only time I could say I'm happy about hearing dead silence.
That and when I'm sleeping.
Yes. Well, and you said it before you did that bit. You told me, Jordan, you said, I'm going to do this on purpose. I hope nobody laughs. And nobody laughed. So by the very definition of bits that bite, you should have won that. But
yeah,
I think I won that round with a joke that I thought was total shit. But people were they loved it. I don't know why, but whatever.
Nothing sucks more than me.
Yes.
You're so good at sucking.
Boy, I'm so proud of you, Jordan. So proud of you.
Yeah.
That was Friday, and then Saturday we had
Battle
of Ontario, Team Ottawa against Team Cornwall. Jordan, over to you, man. This is your baby. So,
man, that was I'm glad to have wrapped that one up for 2004 or 2004. Shit, man, I went back 20 years. 2024. We did 4 shows, 3 cities, man. That was, but this one was, I think, the most stressful. I had talent drop out 2 hours before the show. Had a replacement come in and save the day. Had a special appearance from Donald Trump, which was amazing.
I like the, sorry, Jordan. I like the fact, and I'm sincere when I say it. I know I mentioned to you. I appreciated the fact that you kept that character. You didn't break character and then go back in it. The whole entire time, you did not break character. That's impressive. Like you kept an accent going the whole time. That's difficult to do. It takes a real narcissist to be able to pull that off.
I love it, man.
Way to go, Dave.
I dare say that speech, when that video went out in the U.S., it went viral, and I think that cinched the election for him. I really do, man. I think that solidified the victory.
Did the elections happen already?
Yeah, it happened last Tuesday, and
is Donald Trump the president now?
Trump won in a landslide, and I think that video,
he's
the
president
point.
now.
He will be president in January, I believe, January 20th.
Until he gets sworn in or something.
Yeah,
he takes over unless he gets shot. Of course, they're all trying to kill him. So, if he makes it, he'll get into the office and.
He's like Neo from the Matrix, man. He dodges those bullets every single time.
Mr. Anderson,
incredible, man. Yeah, you know what? Speaking of that election, let's go to Jordan first for that recap about election.
Yeah, Battle Ontario. Then we'll go to election if that's where we're going. So great, Donald Trump. I think everybody did a fantastic job. The energy was extremely high in the room. Cornwall was definitely ready to bring it. I just want to call out Steve McDonald, you fucking bastard. Last time I hung out with Steve, like kind of in a group setting, he made me drink half a bottle of whiskey with him. And I was trying to avoid him all night. But by the end of the night, I was fucking hammered.
I kept seeing him walking up to you like with just 2 shots.
Yeah, shots.
Like, that's rude. What about me?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I was trying to hide from him, and he just like a fucking heat-seeking missile just knew where I was hiding, and it was like, "Here you go."
Of course, Steve was hosting. Go ahead, keep going, Jordan.
Pretty much, outcome is what we expected. Cornwall won in a landslide. But hey, I'm happy, man. It was a successful show. I'm glad to put that one to bed and wake it up in the new year.
Yeah, they were so pumped, eh? At one point, I was gonna just rinse them for like the whole like na hey. Yeah. I was just gonna be like, do you not know that we're accommodating you coming into Cornwall? Like, do you not like? I mean, you needed a win, okay?
They lost the Master Debater show.
They're very fun, competitive. Yeah,
they're very competitive, and I'm going to go on the record to say that was the most rigged Battle of Ontario I've ever seen.
Oh God, yeah.
You have no idea.
You talk about rigged, holy shit! But I think that they had Dominion machines that were flipping votes from us to them. It's like fuck, you guys are crooked, man.
That's probably how they felt when they came to Ottawa. You know.
Here's what's funny about the voting system. We tried a new voting system with the QR codes with Google Sheets, Forms, or whatever the hell it was. And so you could vote as many times as you wanted to. And I think like Matt and Joe were like off by 1 vote. And like halfway through the show, Matt had like 125 votes for him before Joe even went up.
And there was like 30 people.
What?
There was about 45 people, 50 people in the room. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Other than Dave, like I voted for Dave and then Dave voted for me.
Yeah.
But did anybody vote for me, Jordan?
I believe so. I'd have to double check, but all I remember is the fact that the top 3, it was astronomical.
Yeah. I'll tell you this, honestly, all jokes aside, when we did the Toronto show, and I was like, fuck, like, you're not going to get votes in Toronto. And you said it was actually kind of close.
The last one we did,
for me, and I was genuinely happy with that. I was really pleased with it. Like thinking about it on that death ride home, like it was just like I went into a city that no one knows me. It's a competition between their city and me being from another city, and people still voted. Like you know what I mean? It's like I got a new fan or something. You know what I mean? Is what it made me feel like. So in situations like that, if somebody votes for you, you know what I mean? If you get 3 or 4 votes, it's kind of a cool thing. Even if you win or lose, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
I remember that one. I think you finished either 4th or 5th because I give prize up for the top 3, right?
Yeah, I think you said I was a couple shy of being third.
And that if there was 2 votes that didn't happen, and we would have been stuck in a tie. And it would have been a tie between Ottawa and Toronto.
Jeez, wow.
Yeah.
In Toronto too. Wow.
It was close.
That would have been huge, man.
Yeah, it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Because those Toronto guys are, I mean, they're good comedians, but they're cocky as hell.
Oh, they're Toronto, right? Like,
and they're fucking cocky as hell. Jesus. But,
but
yeah, Cornwall, like, we knew going in that we're walking into the Lions Den, and it's going to be so rigged. Obviously, it was like 125 votes. There was like 40 people there max.
Maybe go back to the old system of voting, where you can't vote for yourself 125 times.
That's right.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
You know what though?
Yeah.
I will say my takeaway from that is, I created this thing because I wanted to give comedians something to look forward to. Yes, we're trying to accommodate Cornwall, show those guys some respect because they're really good performers and stuff. But for me, it was kind of cool because I get up at the end and I do my 15 whatever minutes, and it's just to segue the time that people are voting so they get the results, and then I can announce the winners. And as I was up there performing, somebody in the audience had taken a picture of me and posted on their story and said my favorite extremely minor local celebrity, which is one of my bits, which is pretty fucking cool. And then somebody in the crowd that one of the comics from Cornwall knew had said, everybody was really funny. They really liked the Donald Trump, but they're like, how come we couldn't vote for the last guy? So to me, I've heard that a couple times throughout, and it's nice to hear. But it's not for me, right? It's as much as I'm putting it on and stuff, I'm trying to blend cities together, comics together, and create kind of a network communication system between everybody. So whether you talk to each other, you don't.
We're both self-glossing ourselves, right?
Yeah.
People vote for me. It's like I've got new fans. But you know what? It's true. I understand what you're saying. Like, you're not even in the competition, and you're like, they don't expect you to be a, well, I mean, I don't know what they expect, but it's true. You go up there and do, and you're probably a little bit more relaxed too, because it's like not as if you're headlining, but you're kind of, you know what I mean? I don't know. I can't speak. So
that one, yeah, I find that one, especially this, I didn't advertise I was going to be on it at all, whereas the past 3 I did. This one I didn't, and I was so calm by the time I got up. I didn't really care. I knew everybody had a good night already. It was so relaxing, right? It's not like any other time where I've had to headline where I'm like, shit, I have to remember this, I have to do this. Yeah. I was just like, it was chill.
Yeah. Because by then you were like 9 shooters in, so you were feeling like no pain.
That probably helped.
Yeah, it definitely helps, man. Yeah. Like when you're bullet, the shittiest part about going bullet is I don't think about it if I'm going first. Not like, oh shit, I'm going first. I'm thinking like nobody's had any time to drink. Because that's when my stupid jokes get funnier. Like it's just a fact. Yep. You know what I mean? If you're inebriated, you will laugh more. You're prone to laugh more at my humor specifically. So, but yeah. So when you're like, go last.
It's funny because I said as soon as I met you the first time, actually have the date, February 25th. We worked at Meows together, and as soon as I saw your set, I'm like, this guy's perfect for bullet spots because you did your blacks joke, and I'm like, that's exactly what you want to start your show. It's you want to see where that line is, and you take it there right away because people go, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah,
I never thought of it that way. Like, if you could be a little bit, you could sort of teeter the line a little bit as opposed to just doing safe stuff. It really kind of does. You really are kind of setting the tone for a show. Like the MC, I find most MCs, with respect to a couple that you've seen, but like it's difficult for them to start off a show. They're feeling out a crowd, you know what I mean? And it's it's always on their, when they get back up on the stage over and over. It's a smart MC, obviously they like when I talk about Trump. Talk about Trump. They like when I talk about the Flintstones. So keep that up. It's a gift of being an MC, but like the first person up there, like, it kind of is on you. And I've totally the bed before, like, man.
I guess I've never said that to you, we're having like a bro moment here, but I've never said that to you. But if I was to have a lineup, my perfect bullet spot would be, and I've said it to other people, but it would be Paul.
Oh, that's fucking fantastic, man.
But I would request you do the blacks joke.
I would do that, so I did that blacks joke, but I changed it up. Dave, you came up to me after, you're like, I liked how you switched that up.
Yes, I wanted to mention that because I know, Paul, you're too humble to talk about it, but you changed. You used to go, you know what I hate? and then you go blacks, and that like is really jarring. Like people go, "What the fuck?" But you did it in a way, and I can't remember exactly how you did it, but you softened it where you kind of.
Every time I've
I'll
done
let you
that,
explain it.
I'm
It's
like,
really good.
You know, I can't stand. Like,
Really well done.
I'm like, it's like I'm leaning into them. I'm like, you know, I can't stand blacks, and I've tried, and I've premeditated this. Like, I'd be like, okay, count 5 Mississippis, like 1. Like just that, this silence right now is awkward, you know, and I can never get to like past 3 because everybody in the room just sinks into their chair. Like, where the fuck is he going?
Like, where is he going?
Yeah, no, I said it like Scott Yarwood actually gave me an idea for it, and I sort of tinkered with it, but it was just like I was at a restaurant and I said I can't stand blacks. The worst, the blacks is the worst. I said, you remember? I was talking about
yeah.
And
You
then
were right with a
people
buddy.
next to me got mad, and the people next to me on this side got mad, and then I said I tried to get my friends to back me up. I'm like, blacks stronger, right? And my buddy's like, what are you talking about? And so just everybody hated me anyway. Real funny, eh?
No, it actually it got more laughs than I think it normally does.
Well, it's also Cornwall, right? So I mean,
yeah. True enough.
A
bunch of
that joke works really well.
I remember
it does.
December 21st when we did the Busters Christmas special. I'm sitting in like the green room area with Simone, and you did that bit.
Yeah,
and she was laughing all your stuff, and then so you got to that part, and she's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Hold on."
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. I was beside you there when that happened.
I did that at the Speakeasy, and it was just like all like there's one black guy in the room.
Oh yeah, he was right in front.
He was right in front, and he was
Yeah.
he immediately laughed his ass off. And then when I hit the punchline, I could see him, and I actually turned down to him like, I love that you're laughing at this right now. And then everyone started to laugh, you know. But anyway, typical white person telling a quasi-racist joke. Hey,
You know what? I remember that show, and I remember that guy. I remember thinking when I saw him, he was such a beautiful man. Like he was a gorgeous man, and I thought in my head, if I ever was to turn gay, it would be with him. Like he was a fucking.
I don't even have to be.
He was a handsome guy, man. He was really good looking.
Yeah, we've had a lot of good-looking black people come to our shows. Like even at Barley Mo. What was that guy's name? Caleb, yeah. He was
yeah.
Came by himself. He just saw that the show was going on. Came by himself.
Did I hear that right when you went up to him? And you're like, "Oh, are you a friend of Jordan's?"
No, I didn't see that.
No, okay. I was like, I thought I heard that, and I was like,
I might have said it, but like who you here with?
Yeah.
I was like, hey, you with the old darky up there?
Yeah. You're with the only other black guy in this room.
Yeah.
And
funny, the girls that were sitting at the table that came. It's my friend's wife, right? And her friend brought her friends. And at the end of the show, I'm like, "Did you like sitting with that guy?" And she's like, "Oh my god!" Like, black guys, eh? You got it. We got everything.
Yeah, he was a tall, strapping. Like I thought he was a football player when he walked in. I mean, he could be. He was really athletic and tall and good-looking guy. And yeah, really interesting that he was there alone. But and I swear to God, he was at the last Barley Mo show we did there. I swear to God, he was there watching alone.
Yeah.
But anyway,
so what
you like what you saw?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So great show. We got the Six Nuts podcast live coming up this Saturday. Jordan, you want to talk about that one as well?
Yeah, that's actually the fundraiser at Cultures Comedy Club that we're doing. We're doing our Six Nuts live show as we've done before, but we're also raising money for Prostate Cancer Support Ottawa. So if you want to come out, reach out to me or buy tickets on Eventbrite. And we're doing a 50-50 as well, where the proceeds from that are going to raise money for Prostate Support Cancer Ottawa.
Prostate cancer sucks, eh?
Yeah.
Like it's not good. It's one of the bad cancers, you know? So it's not something you want. Every once in a while, I think, like, man, you know, do you guys ever just you'd be driving and you get like a pain in your nuts and be like, oh fuck, it's cancer. That's funny. You know what I mean? Does that ever happen to you?
All the time. All the time.
No, not with me.
I do. I will get
a pain in your tongue or something, or like you get a pain in your eye, and you're like, I'm fucked. This is terminal. Yeah.
Every once in a while, I get a sharp pain right in my bag, and I attribute it to a ball hockey incident I had years ago where I got slap shotted with one of those hard orange balls right in the nuts, and I wasn't wearing a jock.
Man,
and I swear I was going to die that day. But ever since then, I periodically I'll get a sharp pain down there. And
we were
I swear to
jock
God.
when you were training jiu-jitsu, right? And you learn after your first class, like you go right up to the front desk and you buy a jock after, because of like imagine being in a sport where like you could get a slap shot with one of those orange balls to your nuts, but imagine like a martial arts where you're like aiming for the nuts. Like the nuts is that's the first thing you go to. You know what I mean? But somebody told me a story once that this guy, a buddy of a buddy or whatever, went to a strip club, and he was fucking hammered or whatever. He was being an idiot or something, and the stripper kicked him in the nuts, like kicked him right in the owned. You know, the next day he woke up, his nuts were like basketballs. So went to the hospital. And they're like, it's cancer, and removed his nuts, and
what?
No, it was just swollen nuts from being at the strip club.
Jesus Christ!
Isn't that nuts? Cool story.
Well, if he was on this podcast, it would be 4 nuts.
Yep, it'd be 4 dicks, 6 nuts.
Yeah.
Do you
guys
want to hear that story again, or?
Well, you know what? I know you guys are not. Well, I know, Jordan, you're into politics a bit. Paul, you're not into politics at all. But one of the things that has come out of the U.S. election, and I don't want to get into the politics, but Trump won, Kamala lost, the Liberals lost. The Liberals are losing their fucking minds, and there's a huge group of U.S. liberal women who are using this 4B movement, and I had never heard of it until this election. But 4B movement apparently started in Korea, where like they are now shaving their heads and withholding sex from men for the next 4 years.
Well,
so
the first part of that leads to the second. So, you know, shave your head.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're not good. Yeah.
So
it's like pick the withholding sex, then shaving your head. Like if you shave your head, the withholding sex can be pretty easy.
Yeah. Had you guys ever heard of it before? It started in Korea, apparently.
I didn't even know Donald Trump won the election. It's like enough with these things, man. Jesus Christ. I was the other day, like talking about politics. I was like, I was just looking up at my ceiling, like, you know who's the worst person, the worst human being in the world? The white man. like you guys got a bit of culture in you, you know. I'm just a white man, and I'm the worst. I'm the worst species out there. I am, you know, because not only did like in the 1800s or 1700s, then thought that they could own people, and they did that, and then also they treated women shitty. So like you're getting it from all angles, you know. So like I mean, I was like I'm shit. I'm shit. Basically what it came down to. Yeah.
So I should mute you then. I should mute you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, maybe edit that last part of it. Yeah.
See, I don't know if I completely agree. Like, yeah, white people sucked in the past and they still suck now, but a lot of people suck now still.
Yeah, but
I think the whites do top the cake, but I don't think that your race specifically needs to bear the cross of the past that you.
Oh, you know
done.
What it was, Jordan? I was fucking scanning through the television and Blackish was on. And I was like, imagine if I started a show called Whitish.
Shit, that'd be bad.
Yeah, could I have Whitish? You know, like, no, don't do it. You know, and I actually It's funny. It's all coming back to me right now. I was thinking, we're so shitty that we can't even say these things right now, like because it makes people feel uncomfortable when I say whitish or I just. It's like when we were talking about Jesus a few podcasts. Yeah. Remember, it's like. You can really offend people by I'm not saying anything mean or to hurt anybody. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm shit. That's all.
But and that's so like your point with you can't say any of this stuff, but at the same time, it's one of my biggest problems. I have 2 mothers. Okay, so like the LGBT topics come up a lot, you know, and I always said I find the most frustrating part is when somebody's trying to educate themselves on something and they ask questions, the response for the answer comes off as a defensive response. And so when somebody's truly trying to educate themselves, they feel like like they're being attacked by trying to get an explanation, so they don't feel comfortable to ask.
Yeah, and my point is exactly what you just said. My point is, we've said this before. Like when I say this and you guys are listening, you know I'm not trying to be a dick because you know me. So you know my personality. So you know I'm not like Paul's being rude. Paul's really, I didn't know Paul was so racist, or I didn't know Paul was so sexist or whatever. You know, I never want to hurt anybody's feelings. But if I'm just saying what's on my mind, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to, I'm trying to say, like, so it ties into what your point you just made.
Yeah. You
can't even talk to anybody about it, because if you do say something, someone's going to be like,
wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe you said that. Like, yeah, and it's not the end of the world. It's just sometimes you got stuff floating on in your brain. You want to express yourself, but it doesn't mean
Imagine if we made a show called Whitish. That's all I thought, Dave. We will be back in 5 minutes. Yeah. Technical difficulties. Anyway. But Dave, your Lev joke, I praise Allah. You know what I mean? Yes. Then you almost got your face kicked in for it. Like, you know? Christ. Anyway.
Well, I think people just need to chill the fuck out. Like, really. Yeah. And I think the pendulum will swing back the other way, where people are just so fed up of walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No matter what you say, somebody's going to be annoyed or offended.
I was just in Newfoundland last weekend, and I'm telling you right now, that is the epicenter of people who are easy to talk to, like people who are kind, and you can be yourself, and people are accepting of it. They don't automatically paint you with that brush that you're. I can't read.
Newfoundland is not racist.
Oh man, it's one of the best places on earth right now. But I'm saying, like, you feel like you're at a safe place. You know what I mean? And boy, did I ever take advantage of that.
That's good.
Yeah, Newfoundland. The Maritimes is awesome. Everybody there is awesome. My sister, Sharon, you've met her. She's come out to all the shows and supported. She lived in Toronto for a while, and then she moved to Moncton. And the first day she was there, people were saying hi to her on the street.
Dude,
and she was like she's checking her pockets. Like, did you just take my wallet?
Yeah,
like, she's going, what the fuck? Why are you saying hi to me?
I really wanted to do a show there. I looked it up because I'm part of the Newfoundland. This is like the Ottawa comedy community, part of the Newfoundland, St. John's one. And they had an open mic on the Wednesday, and I didn't get there till late, so I didn't get a chance to. But it would have been cool. Yeah,
David Haddad. Is it David Haddad who's from there? And he was looking for comics.
I
was
I think he's from Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
Okay. Yeah. I think he was doing some shows out there.
He went there, like when we did the show downtown at that Lower Town, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
He was just on the cusp of leaving on a little tour.
Great
place to go. Great place to go and do comedy. You know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? We got to. We're at 41 minutes, man. We got to get to a segment. You guys have no idea what we're doing next.
I have no clue, man.
No, I have no idea.
All right. Well, we're doing a mystery segment.
And I haven't seen you guys drink your drinks once, just so you know.
What the fuck? I've been
almost done.
Dude, it's empty. Look.
You did take a big swallow of that.
It's empty, man. It's fucking empty. Well, yeah, I just fucking all over my keyboard now. I'm going to short out in any second here. But it was practically empty. You always say that, and I've fucking been drinking the whole episode, man.
I don't mean it. I'm just saying
it's from 2020, for Christ's sakes. My keyboard is on fucking fire now. We got to get to the next segment. Jeez, I'm fucking all over the place. All right, we are back. We got a segment called, what did I play? Overrated, underrated, or properly rated? This is a producer's dream.
Be rated?
Huh?
Overrated, underrated, or rated?
Or rated, X-rated, double X-rated. This is a producer's dream because it's the fucking laziest segment ever. I just pick some random shit and you guys just tell me if it's overrated. It takes like about 5 seconds of planning, so that's usually whenever this is on, it means I didn't have a lot of time to fucking do anything for the show. So that's really the message coming out here. So we will bring up random stuff and you guys will tell me whether you think it's overrated, underrated, or properly rated. And then we go from there. So what kind of shit did I bring up? Okay, let's start with this one. Paul, we will start with you and we'll go around the table.
Okay.
Overrated, underrated, or properly rated. Chinese food. Is it overrated, underrated, properly rated?
I think it's properly rated because, like, I mean, fuck. Where do I begin on this topic? Chinese food, amazing. Okay. The reason why you spend $90 every time you go to China to get Chinese food, every time you go to China, every time you get Chinese food, is because like you can't just get like, what are you just gonna get? Rice and like wonton soup? No, you want egg rolls. You want like General Tao chicken. You know what I mean? You want spring rolls. You want all that shit. Broccoli. You know, and like you eat it, and then you're like, I'm still hungry, and then you eat a second plate. I mean, I don't know if you guys are like me, and then you'll look at the rest of the stuff you have and say, should I just eat the rest of it now or put aside one good big meal for tomorrow? And so 2 days go by and all you've done is eat Chinese food, right? And in China, they just call it food, eh? And so you eat the food and you are like, I'm never eating Chinese food for the rest of my life, so help me God. And then 6 months later, you're like, I gotta eat some Chinese food.
Yes.
And for me, when I get the hankering for Chinese food, it's like a mole on my cheek. Like it's just like it's always it's always there. Like anytime I'm hungry, I think Chinese food first. I should get some Chinese food. And sometimes it'll last like a good 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a month, and then finally, give in and get some Chinese food.
Where's your go-to? Where's your go-to?
China.
Uber Eats from China.
Yeah. No, you know what? I'm actually, I don't really have a go-to. I'll get it from other places. I really enjoy pad thai. That's Thai food.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, I like pad thai, but yeah, like I mean, I know that the Golden Palace egg rolls are always a staple.
Epic.
But there's a place on Bank Street called Ruby's, and all my friends were fully supported Ruby's egg rolls being better than fuck, I can't even speak. Anyway, if you've never tried Ruby's on Bank Street, Bank and Walkley, I think, and I finally went and got it one day. I just called up, $77 order. Okay, like, what do you get? One egg roll? No, man. You get 6 egg rolls at least, and then you find all you're eating is egg rolls. You're like, why is my poo so black? And it's properly rated for that reason. I say,
all right,
not underrated, not overrated. It's properly rated for that reason.
All right, Jordan, Chinese food.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man, that it's properly rated.
Yeah.
I think it's overrated. And the reason is, as much as, yes, Chinese food is good, is it really better than anything else? No.
But
and as a man who's been cursed with a high metabolism, or as some would think as a tapeworm, everybody else gets hungry an hour later. Me, it's like 10, 15 minutes. And there's just not enough Chinese food that's going to satisfy me.
Oh,
and at the same time,
Tufferson.
There's so much fucking sodium in it. I get dehydrated before I get full.
Buffet with you and see how you're talking after that. 3 plates of fucking General Tao chicken.
You know what? I don't go to buffets. I don't like buffets.
Well,
yeah, buffets. Ever since COVID, buffets are
buffets
dangerous.
The greatest invention ever. But I mean,
you know what? I'll give you that. I went to the Mandarin. I want to say about 8 months ago.
Yeah.
I hate buffets. I refuse to go to buffets, but I was hungry and I was like, oh, if I smoke a little bit of a joint, maybe I won't think about all the germs and stuff that are around everywhere.
Yeah.
Chinese food, underrated. Why? Because I gotta smoke weed before I eat it.
Yeah.
All right. You say overrated?
Yourself?
But yeah. Anyways, I went to the Mandarin and somebody sneezed on the buffet and I had one plate and I went home. So.
Oh, you had a plate after it was sneezed on?
No, before, and I was like, I'm gonna get second. And then some guy sneezed on it. Then I took off. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna screw everybody up. I'm gonna have a multiple answer. I'm gonna say it's properly rated for the night of or the day of that you eat it, but it's overrated the next day because Chinese food leftovers are shit.
Chinese food doesn't keep.
Oh, it's awful. God awful.
One thing about the dirty Chinese, they need to figure out their day 2 food. Hey,
that's right.
Hey guys,
figure it out. Fuck Golden Palace. If you're listening, come on, man, figure it out. We need good leftover Chinese food because it's the next day it's garbage.
The second day. I love second day food.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving dinner, the second day is incredible.
Well, you're still not a racist, but I disagree. All right. All right, Chinese food. Let's move on. I think we got time for one more because we're way over time. Which one do you want?
What happens if we go over time?
Yeah, what happens? What is it?
It's a team fine. We got fined and
take the fucking penalty. It's been like 2 weeks.
We get put in a timeout.
We theoretically could do a 2-hour show, you know.
We could.
Like, we had no plan for this. I mean, if anybody's watching this, they'll be like, what the hell are these idiots talking about?
Yes.
If you want to do 2 hours, then for the second hour, my chair will be empty. It'll just be you two.
Perfect.
Oh.
Mic drop.
I hurt my ribs there when I just did that. So I hope that makes you feel better.
Oh, karma.
So overrated, underrated, or rated that Dave left?
Yeah, he's gone. Is Dave overrated, underrated, or properly?
Yeah, properly rated that Dave left. Yeah.
I heard every word you said.
You know what, Dave? It wasn't the same without you when you just left there.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that 9 seconds was probably the best part of the show.
It was definitely different.
Where do you want to go? All right, let's go here. This is stupid, but what the hell? Jordan, start with you. Snowshoeing.
Let's go for a walk. Where? In the snow.
Yeah.
I'm good.
It's cold out.
Yeah.
Give the black guy the.
Quick question for you. Anybody want to go for a walk in the snow?
On tennis rackets?
Yeah. Oh my God, I got a great idea.
Strap tennis rackets to our feet.
Look, if you live in Iqaluit, great idea. If you live in Ottawa and you go snowshoeing, you're a dumb fuck. Fucking weird.
All right.
Anyway, Jordan. Yeah, Jordan.
Snowshoeing, Jordan.
Yeah, location-wise, properly rated. Anywhere else, go seek help. Find a better hobby.
Yeah. Like keep juggling. Like
anything.
Yeah.
Stare at a wall.
Like tennis got so boring that they're like, we wish we could do something with these tennis rackets in the winter. You know? Christ's sake, juggling. I'm juggling the balls, but I want to walk. Yeah.
All right. So, Paul, over to you. Snowshoeing.
I think I said it all there.
You did.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's overrated because it's the dumbest fucking thing on the planet. And I say that because I was cleaning the garage and I found a set of snowshoes that my father-in-law got us about 40 years ago that are still in the fucking bag. We never took them out. I don't know why he gave them to us.
Snowshoes, too.
We live in suburban Stittsville. Where the hell are we going to go snowshoeing? Like, my God. But anyway, God rest his soul. So anyway, let's do one more because that one was complete garbage. So
why did that happen?
They're all terrible, man. I'm sorry. Let's go here. What the hell? Beyond Meat, Paul.
Beyond Meat. Or
if you guys can pick something else, I don't care, man.
Well, we'll go with the topics that you have. I mean, Beyond Meats, I think it's underrated because it's I get it. It's to save species and stuff like that, but it tastes like shit. It doesn't like when you know what vegans are like. It's actually really good. You know when they're eating their like bean soup. Yeah. I'm allergic to it. Basically, is what I'm allergic to Beyond Meat. That's it.
Oh, that's it. Okay, I'll go next and say that Beyond Meat is ridiculously overrated. If you read what's in the ingredients list, you're basically eating you could make a fucking Chevrolet out of the ingredients. I mean, the stuff is toxic. You're eating plastic. I mean, you're eating the dogs. You're eating plastic. You're eating toxins.
I've got pepperoni pizza. Like I like a real good thing to get double pepperoni. If you ever get if you like pepperoni,
real pepperoni.
Try double pepperoni once. It's like, oh my God, it's double the goodness. But I got pepperoni on my pizza once, and I got like, I'll try the Beyond Meat pepperoni too.
Oh,
and
God.
then I was eating, and I'm like, why didn't I just get double pepperoni?
Absolutely. And
So-
you know what? If you're a vegan or vegetarian and you want to eat this stuff, like I thought you hated meat, so why do you want simulated meat? That's
Yeah.
My sister-in-law is a vegetarian and she's eating Beyond Meat and she's growing a third fucking head. Like, what the hell are you doing? All right, Jordan, over to you.
I don't even know where to go from here because, like, I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page. You want a burger so bad that you had to create an artificial, like, cancerous item to satisfy your need of wanting to eat an actual fucking burger?
Yeah.
Just
Just eat a fucking burger.
Eat a burger. Yeah.
Just go eat the fucking dogs. Go eat. Go eat.
I mean, the cow is already dead. Okay,
You know what it's the same as? It's lesbians with dildos. Like, you don't like guys, but you're using dildos. You know?
Okay, you know what? The same person. Okay, you're getting me on a rant here, and if you were eating Beyond Meat because you're fucking afraid of cows, but then you get into your car with fucking leather seats, you put your leather purse on the leather seat, and you fucking drive to wherever the fucking Starbucks.
So true. It's so true. Yeah. I guess I'm not the only one that's shit.
I'm getting very angry.
That's awesome.
All right. Do you guys want to do one more, or do you just want to go to final thoughts?
No,
you gotta give us a good one.
I don't have any good ones.
No,
Okay, here's one.
It's worse than Beyond Meat.
You tell me if this is good. Music on vinyl. If you don't want it, say pass, and we'll just go to fucking final thoughts. And then you guys could fire me after the show.
Oh yes, there you go.
Yeah,
Paul's
on board with that.
My sister once, she's like, she calls me Beef. She's like, Beef, I got a bunch. Do you have a record player? I'm like, no. She's like, I got a bunch of. I got all these old like original records, like all Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, like Phil Collins, The Police, Def Leppard, like a milk crate for him, because milk crates were made for milk and vinyl discs. Excuse me. And anyway, she got it for me. So then I had to get a fucking a record player, right? And like, you know what's really fun to do is you grab your phone and just do this with your thumb, and then listen to the song you want. Okay. What I don't want to have to do is like pull the thing out of the jack and, you know, like it's like you might as well drive the fucking Model T. Like, you know, there's a reason why. Who cares? You guys are looking at me like I have a dildo hanging on my forehead.
Well, and if you walk by like with any fucking weight on the floor at all, you're fucking skipping the thing. And it's got a permanent skip, so now that's record's ruined.
Yeah, it's like the old Discman. Remember your
Garbage,
Discman? If you're walking down the street with a Discman, like
Yes.
you had to like keep it level.
Yeah.
That was something they needed to fix.
Yeah.
And guess what happened? iPods came out, you know? Problem solved.
Yep. I think it's overrated.
Overrated.
Jordan, over to you.
You know, I compare vinyl to like marbles. It seems cool and like a neat idea, but a complete at this point fucking waste of space.
Marbles?
Yeah, I'm dissing marbles.
Marbles were like cigarettes in jail when you're
a kid. And when you're a
marbles
kid,
were currency, man. Like
you know what the kids do now? They trade Pokemon cards and other fucking things like TikTok videos and shit. The marbles are collecting dust. Yeah, So in theory, it was a great idea for its time. It seems like a cool hobby now, but also a waste of space. It's just a hobby.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's the same as me explaining to people who collect books. I'm like, get a fucking Kobo. Get an e-reader.
It's much easier.
It's much easier. You can have thousands of books on this tiny little device, and you can read it. Like,
my mom swears by her Kobo. My mom reads like a book every 2 days.
Yeah, I love my Kobo.
For one, like what? To look at a bunch of letters and put them together to form words. And
I haven't read a book since grade 4. Fuck.
No, reading. I got a ton of books, and I've read maybe 2 of them. Sometimes I just get books and I just spitefully don't read them.
I've read like
not one.
I've read like 200 Star Wars books.
I read a bunch of Hardy Boys books.
You need help. You need help.
Yeah.
Every January, I'm like, okay, this is the year. I'm gonna fucking read every day. And by January 3rd, I'm like, fuck, why am I doing this? I'm torturing myself.
You know what? I can read. I don't need to keep reading. You know what I love? To watch the movie.
Yeah. Or you can listen to audiobooks.
You don't get all the little intricacies of it. Well, I don't in 7 days. Like, I don't know how long it takes me to read a book. The last book I read was a book called by Carl Sagan. He's an astrophysicist that died. And I got it because my old high school teacher said it was a great book. So I read it. I'm not kidding. No, this isn't a joke. It took me 5 years to read it. Like I'd read a couple pages and I'd be like, what the fuck did I just read? Like, what the hell? And then like I put the book down and then pick it up again when I was like, the anxiety would go away like 3 weeks later. So it takes me a very long time to read a book. Very, very long.
Yep. I don't have the patience to read a book. I read the same line like 5 times. It hasn't penetrated my brain.
Do you ever read something like you actually read the whole page and then be like, I don't have it. I have no clue.
What did I just read?
Yeah. Or read and then in the sentence you're putting words that are I think this is like textbook dyslexia, but like you read something and like the cow was really hungry in the barn Tuesday. Like you because you're reading other words that are on the page that your eyes flash to.
I think I'm borderline, like almost moronic. I swear to God.
I think your son has dyslexia and he's a retard.
Yeah, I think so. All right. We got to get to final thoughts. All right, final thoughts. Paul, we're going over to you. Final thoughts.
What could they be?
Okay, Jordan, over to you.
I was gonna say, do you guys I know you have a hard time reading. Are you capable of creating thoughts? I love you guys.
That's it.
That's it. Nothing. I'm just glad we gotta stop doing this every 2 weeks. We need to go back to meeting up once a week.
Yeah, we're all rusty.
I agree, man.
Right?
Yeah, we are a little rusty. I know we got busy with our schedule, but my schedule is going to be opening up a lot too. The open mics as of November, at the end of November, we'll be taking a break for December. So I will have a little bit more free time on my hands. And we got the show this weekend. Raise money for prostate cancer. Come on.
Very good cause, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. My final thought is I disagree. I don't think I was rusty. I think I just created the best fucking segment that we've ever done on Overrated or Underrated and Properly Rated. I think it was by far the best, probably in the history of mankind and the history of podcasts.
I like Overrated, Underrated. It's fun.
So that's my final thought. Paul, down to you for round 2.
My final thoughts are I'm looking forward to this show on the weekend. I know a lot of people. I've had a couple. I think I've had 2 uncles that have died from prostate cancer, and not to get like too deep into it because yes, we all know how much cancer sucks, but it's fun. It's kind of cool when people like the things that they're doing in their lives. They incorporate raising money for stuff. Like if you're raising money for ALS and like the person who thought of the ice bucket challenge, like here's a good idea. We're doing comedy and we're giving all the proceeds of it to, chip in essentially. So I like when people do that. Like not just us, but fuck. Dear Lord, make me a bird, so I can fly far, far, far away. That's it.
Thank you, everybody.
This was the worst. This was, I think, the worst I've ever been on a podcast. And
you know why? Because this whole episode you've been holding a dildo and have been distracted. And yeah, just put your lips around it real quick.
Actually, I'll tell you, after I drink it, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're doing out there, but
they're making really good dildos, eh?
Really good dildos. Yeah.
Love the dildo.
So that's all I got.
All right. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Paul. God bless everybody out there.
Suck back your dildo.
God bless Canada. Praise Allah. We will see you all for episode 34.
Sorry.
Make Twitter great again.
Sorry.